Making $100,000 a month in Dubai real estate doesn't start with buying a luxury mansion. It starts with one boring, highly profitable property and a strategy that most beginners completely ignore. But the truth is, the people winning in this market are not lucky and they didn't start as billionaires. They just understand how the math actually works. Hey, I'm Harsh and I run a real estate business in Dubai, and me and my team help everyday investors to make a profitable and predictable portfolio from the scratch. Today in this video, I'm going to cut out all the social media hype and I'm going to show you exactly step by step roadmap of how to build a successful portfolio in Dubai real estate. We will cover how can you scale your income even when you have never invested in Dubai real estate. But before we jump into stage 1, if you want to go deeper with live market breakdowns, actual spreadsheets and real data analysis, I am hosting an exclusive live webinar on 30th of August. Spots are limited, so register yourself in the link given below. And for now, take out your notebook and start noting down the exact roadmap for building a strong portfolio in Dubai real estate. Stage 1, the foundation. But before you even look at a floor plan or you start negotiating a deal, the first thing that you need to fix is your finance. Beginners will always obsess over finding the right property, and smart investors will always focus on the correct cash flow. Let me give it to you straight. Dubai is one of the most strictly regulated financial hubs on the planet for anti-money laundering. You can't just wire $500,000 from overseas and expect the developer to give you keys. Your very first step is setting up a legal pathway for your money, like a non-resident UAE savings account or a central bank approved currency exchange. Now you must be thinking that, Harsh, why I need to do all this banking stuff first? Because when the perfect distress deal or a perfect off-plan project will hit the market, you will only have 24 to 48 hours to make the payment for that deal. And if your funds are stuck in a compliance check for 3 to 4 weeks in your home country, then you lose the deal. So I've already covered this topic in detail along with the form that you need to fill and the transfer limits that you have in my previous video. So check that video out later. For now, get your KYC documents, proof of funds and tax declarations in perfect order, because that should look perfect on the paper. Now that your money can move freely, it is time to acquire your property number 1. And this is exactly where 90% of beginners make a very big mistake. They think that they need to save 100% of the property purchase price. But let me be real with you. If you do that, you will be saving money for the next 20 years and inflation will eat your purchasing power alive. And to build a massive portfolio, you have to understand OPM, other people's money. Right now in 2026, the lending rules for international buyers are absolutely clear. Non-residents can secure bank mortgage of 50 to 60% of the property value depending on the country and the borrower's profile. And if I tell you honestly, this is the ultimate wealth cheat code. Let's run the exact math so that you can see how a professional investor thinks. Imagine you find a solid, highly rentable one-bedroom apartment in a premium community for 1.5 million dirham. Instead of paying all cash, you put down 50%, which is 750,000 dirhams. The bank covers the remaining 50%, locking you in at the current rate of interest for non-residents between 4.5 to 5.5%. Here is the magic of leverage. For a 1.5 million dirham property, you are now controlling a 1.5 million dirham asset, which appreciates based on its total value, but you only used half of the cash to get it. But it gets better. You don't pay the mortgage out of your own salary. Instead, you place a high quality tenant in that apartment. The rent they pay every single month covers your EMI to the bank. It covers the building service charges, and if you bought the right unit, it leaves net positive cash flow in your pocket. Hear that again. Your tenant is literally buying the house for you. Now you might be asking, Harsh, what kind of property should I buy first? For your very first asset, you don't want to be emotional and you don't want an ultra luxury penthouse. You want a highly liquid and easily rentable property, which can be a 1-bedroom or a 2-bedroom unit near a metro station, a business park, or a prime tourist hub. As your only goal for property 1 is absolute stability stability and letting the tenant pay down the bank. Let's look at the real numbers on that 1.5 million dirhams apartment, and you actually make money in 3 different ways simultaneously. First is cash flow. After the tenant pays your EMI and the service charges for your apartment, you can expect some positive net cash flow inside your pocket. This is passive cash straight into your account. Second is debt pay down. Every year, 20,000 dirhams of that rent goes directly towards reducing your loan principal. This is basically a forced saving account and someone else is funding it. Third is capital appreciation. Because you used leverage to control a 1.5 million dirham asset, a very conservative 4% market growth means your property grows by 60,000 dirhams a year, along with 4 to 5% of currency appreciation if you are investing from India. And when you add all of that up, you only put down 750,000 dirhams out of your own pocket, and the asset is generating 100,000 dirhams of total returns in a year. This is roughly a 15% return on your money year after year, and it builds the exact foundation that you need to comfortably buy property number 2. Stage 3, the cash flow accelerator. Now you have executed stage 2 perfectly, and property 1 is stable, and you have a reliable tenant who is paying down your non-resident mortgage. But here is the hard truth about Dubai market in 2026. The long-term leases are giving 5.5 to 7% of gross rental yields. If your goal is scaling to $100,000 portfolio a month, relying purely on a 6% long-term rental yield is going to take too long, which means your money gets trapped and your velocity gets slowed down. So you need a cash flow accelerator in order to buy your property number 2. This brings us to pivoting your strategy from long-term rental yields to short-term rentals. Stage 4, the snowball effect. So now you have your first property in place, it's already rented out and it's giving you enough cash flow that you can use that amount to buy your second property. So how do you now buy property 2, 3 and 4? So now you don't have to go to your day job and save your salary to buy another property. Instead, you use a strategy called cash out refinancing. This is the exact financial move that turns average buyers into multi-millionaire investors, and it relies entirely on the velocity of money. Let's go back to our previous example. You bought an apartment for 1.5 million dirhams. Let's say 3 years have passed, and since you bought that property in a very premium community with a good developer and in a good location, so today the market value of that property will easily be around 2 to 2.2 million dirhams. And at the exact same time, the short-term rental tenants are paying up for the mortgage that you have taken on that property. So now your mortgage amount is not that big. Some chunk of that mortgage is already been paid off. That means that now the bank balance means the loan balance from the bank is now much smaller. You now have a massive chunk of dead equity trapped inside those 4 walls of your apartment. Smart investor will not let that equity sit dead inside. They will go to the bank and ask them to reevaluate their property as per the market price of 2.2 million dirhams and give me a new mortgage at 50% of the new value. The bank will give you a tax-free check of thousands of dirhams. And why it is tax-free? Because it is loan, it is not your income. Plus, Dubai has zero capital gain tax anyways. You take that massive check from the bank and you immediately use it as a down payment for your property number 2, 3 and 4. Just like that, you now own 3 to 4 assets in Dubai real estate. You have multiple different guests or tenants paying down the mortgage for your apartments. The wealth creation is no longer linear, it's compounding. And that is the snowball effect. You repeat this exact cycle. Buy, stabilize, rent on short term, appreciate, refinance, and repeat until you have a robust portfolio of residential units pumping out serious monthly cash flow. And to wrap this up with the final dose of reality, the question remains the same. Can you actually build $100,000 a month portfolio in Dubai real estate from scratch? And the answer is absolutely yes. The math works and Dubai is a perfect place to do it. But let me be clear, anyone promising you a massive portfolio in just 6 months is lying to you. Building real wealth takes time. It's a marathon, not a sprint. You just need to follow the steps to set up your banking, use bank loans smartly, maximize your rental income, and use those profits to buy the next property. Stick to the numbers, ignore the social media hype, and you can build wealth for you and your entire family. And if you found this fact-based approach honest and helpful, then please hit that subscribe button. It really means a lot to me. And don't forget to secure your spot in the live webinar that I'm hosting on 30th of August for anybody who's planning to invest or relocate to Dubai. And if you have any suggestions for me, please drop down into the comments. I read every single one of them. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.